Welcome back to Trib Live Radio. This is the morning sports report on Trib Live Radio. It's brought to you by Cash In Culture, your pop culture and retro gaming headquarters. Visit our 4 stores at Westmoreland Mall, Century 3 Mall, North Huntington, and Bell Vernon, or online at cashinculture.com. I'm Mike Graw. He's Guy Junker. Got to start with the World Cup yesterday. 2-2 draw against Portugal. Guy, if you would have told me before this tournament kicked off that the U.S. would have 4 points through 2 matches and in a very good position to advance, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. And yet it feels like my heart got ripped out yesterday with that late goal.
Yeah, not when you're 30 seconds away from advancing before you even play the third game. I mean, if a tie is like kissing your sister, that was one fat, ugly sister that you had to kiss yesterday. It felt like a loss. There's no doubt about it. Yep. But you're right. They're still sitting in a good position. They don't even have to win to still advance, but it was right there in their own hands. And I'm not a soccer bash at all. I enjoy it a lot. In fact, I've really enjoyed this World Cup, I think, because it's been sort of unpredictable. I think that's kind of the fun part when, teams like England and Spain are already, out, and teams like Portugal are in trouble. And, and I don't know, there just seems there's been more excitement to it this time, up and down the board, not just in paying attention to the U.S., which I've done in the past. So you're right. If you'd have told me before the tournament started, yes, I would be happy too. But yesterday was extremely frustrating in a lot of ways. I wondered if they were ever going to get that first equalizer when Bradley missed that golden opportunity up front. And but it was a fun game to watch. But talk about tearing your hair out.
Turned everything around. Yeah, if you would have told me at halftime that they were going to end up with a draw, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Then Jermaine Jones with one of the goals of the tournament so far to tie things up at 1. Clint Dempsey pokes in the second one to have the 2-1 lead in the 81st minute. The celebrations start. And then there's just that deflating moment. It's one of those soccers, the exact opposite of how I felt in 2010 when Landon Donovan buried a goal to move them into the group stage. This one kept them out, but still looking very good. And what you said, the unpredictability of this tournament so far. I mean, Brazil is playing Cameroon today, still not 100% assured of moving out of their group at this point. The defending champs, Spain, out. Costa Rica topping a group that includes Italy and Uruguay and England, who are out on their way home. Goal scoring is going at double the rate that it was in the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Unpredictable results, high-scoring matches. It's been great. The television presentation has been great as well. I just wish we could have had 4 days of celebrating as opposed to me chewing my fingernails until Thursday at noon.
The play-by-play guy yesterday said at one point, he said, the United States has never won a World Cup game in which they allowed the first goal. Yeah. And it's 2-1 with in about the 88th minute when he said that. And I got this sickening, and then he paused and he says, of course, they haven't won this one yet either. And my first reaction was, oh, come on. And then I'm like, I get this sickening feeling that something's going to happen, and I'll be darned if it didn't. But, I have a feeling when all is said and done, it's going to be like the NCAA tournament, which makes it great. There's going to be all this interest and excitement, and you're still going to wind up with 2 powerhouses in there for the championship. We'll still end up with Brazil and Argentina playing for the championship. But the road to get there is what makes the NCAA tournament great, and for this time around is what is making this very watchable for me in games not involving the United States.
Yeah, they had a little bit of the announcers jinx with that, talking about how Cristiano Ronaldo had been
quiet,
very, very quiet and kept calm. But Portugal, all those stats of showing Portugal at halftime with their leads, U.S. never coming back. Didn't turn out, but like I said at the beginning, you take 4 points and a very, very strong chance of moving on still going into Thursday. Just feels like it was taken away since they were so close to having that already sealed up. Just a tough way to end the evening. But we're just getting started here on Trib Live Radio on a Monday morning. The morning sports report on Trib Live Radio brought to you by Cash In Culture, your pop culture and retro gaming headquarters. I'm Mike Graw. He's Guy Junker.